What's up, YouTube? Siegfried True Lane here, and today I'm coming to you with a completely new game on mobile that I have started playing for it's been 2 weeks, and I wanted to do kind of my own review of it. And so let me turn my mic down for a second. I think it's a little too loud. There, gets you better. So this game is called Punishing Gray Raven, and I'm not gonna lie, at first glance it looks like a Honkai Impact ripoff, but I'm gonna show the game a bit, talk about what's good about it, what's bad. How it's similar to Honkai, but also how it's different enough to make it not a Honkai Impact ripoff. With that said, let's take a look at the game. Alright, so here we are with this game, Punishing Gray Ravens, and today I just want to talk a bit about it. It is a mobile game, as you can see I'm playing on my iOS. At the moment they don't have a PC, but I will say that the company has responded saying that that is something that could be likely. They can't promise it, but until then they completely support the usage of BlueStacks, and it actually even has controller support. So my controller here that I use for my phone actually works with this game, which is really nice. Something that I wished Honkai Impact did. Now, before I get into it, I love Honkai Impact. It's one of my favorite. Honestly, Honkai Impact is probably my favorite mobile game. I'm not gonna lie, it is. But this game comes pretty close, and that's because this game takes enough of what's good in Honkai Impact to make it fun, to make it something that is honestly doing really well. They also have enough different, such as the combat system is different to where the game feels like its own stuff, and the story is different. The story feels a little more similar, like similar-ish to Nier, I guess you could say, or Bloodstained. Was it Bloodstained? No. Gosh, what is it? Not Bloodstained. The one by, gosh, I know the name, but I lost it. I've been playing it for a bit, but anyways. It's pretty good. So let's talk about some things in the game. Let's first talk about the most important thing in the game, the summoning, because we all know summoning is important. Now, in a way, this game does a pretty good job of taking the Honkai Impact system and implementing it, but they implement it a little differently. And so let's talk about it. Let's first talk about the member recruit. This is your base banner, and your first time going through it, you're guaranteed an S rank on the 40th summon, and you're given 20 summons just by getting to level your account to level 50. Also, I think there's a package for like $1, which is going to give you another 10 summons. It's just one every day for 10 days, which is actually a really good deal for $1. I think it's $1. I could be wrong, but I think it's $1. Because I think it was 5 rainbow cards. And then the rest, I mean, like, honestly, it's for me, it's probably worth it to just spend 2,500 red cards on it just to get the first S rank. As this game has started, there aren't very many S ranks, as you can see. We've only got, well, 6 stars, I guess. You've only got Tenebrion, Lumience, Entropy, Ember, and Pulse. That's all you got. And then, of course, you have your weapons banner. Now, there's 2 different weapons banner. There's the weapons research banner, which uses a different set of tickets. And then there's the weapon focus banner, which uses the red tickets. Now this banner is really good because you can actually pick the weapon you want, and then you have a higher chance to pull the weapon you're going to pick. So an 80% chance. And on the weapon banners, which is really cool, is you're guaranteed the 6-star every 30 summons. As you can see, I got super lucky and pulled a 6-star weapon for one of my characters, which was funny because I just switched it over to get a 5-star for her, and I got the 6-star. So actually pretty good about that happening. The weapon pity is really nice. Only 30 summons and you're guaranteed a 6-star. I gotta be honest, the weapon, it beats Honkai's. Honkai's summoning system for the weapons and stigmatas is honestly the worst part about Honkai Impact. And I want to give it to PGR because they saw that and they fixed it. The fact that you can pick the weapon and you get an 80% chance, and then it's only 30 summons, like 3 multis to get it, that's awesome. And I want to give, I gotta say, man, credit where credit's due. Punching Gray Raven. Great job on that. Next, you have the event banners. And there's two different event banners, which honestly are really confusing at first. So this first one is you're guaranteed a pity in 60 summons. Okay. And the thing is, however, is that this one... Oh, where is it at? Okay, here we go. You're only guaranteed... Your S rank is a 0.5% chance. That's a pretty bad chance. And then including the guarantee, total including the guarantee is 1.9%. It's about a 2% chance. It's not very good. But you are guaranteed S rank in 60 summons, which means it's a shorter pity, but less chance of pulling it. Normally, I would summon on this one because of the fact that, you know, usually I don't like to rely on luck too much. But we're going to take a look at the other banner, which is called the Float Banner. This banner has an actual pity that is a little worse. So we'll look at the pity real quick. The pity is anywhere between 80 to 100, so it's going to choose a random number. And then you have to hit that number to get the guarantee. But the chance to actually get the S rank is increased to 1.5%. And then the overall S rank is 1.9%. And so you get about 1% higher chance, but then you of course don't know if it's going to be an extra 20 to 40 summons you have to do. So normally, again, I would probably do the arrival event banner over the Destiny event. I don't know if there's actually a difference between the two, but let's go and take a look at my summons on these just real quick. So as you can see here on my history, I actually hit the 60. I hit 60. I did not pull this unit until 60, and then sadly I got Kamui Tenebrae, which you can see I already had. As you can see, I did 3 summons, and on the 4th one I got my healer. Super excited about that. And then on the base banner, I got my main DPS. So pretty good luck in this game. I've already got 3 out of the what is it? 5 6-stars. 3 out of the 5 6-stars. So I'm only missing Pulse, which I don't care about, and Entropy, which honestly Ember is better from looking at tier list. Ember is better. So the summoning system is really good, and one thing to remember is that the pity does actually carry on through the events. So the pity does not reset. That's probably the most important thing when you talk about summoning, is that the pity cannot reset. Oops. Let me turn that off real quick. The pity, if the pity resets, honestly, it doesn't make the game. That's a half-assed way to make a pity system, in my opinion. So when they make the pity system actually carry on, it's great for free-to-play players. So if you're a free-to-play player, this game is going to be great for you because that pity carries on, just like in Honkai and just like in Genshin. Now, let's talk about what you'll get if you start playing the game now. So if you start playing the game now, you're going to get a special item that will actually allow you to pick any of the 6 6-star characters. Now, this guy right here, when I was looking at tier list, is considered the best character you can pick. If you're looking for your tank, he's the best one you can pick. If you're looking for your DPS, she's the best one you can pick. Or for a healer, she's the best one you can pick. A thing to remember is she will get her 5-star weapon as well. So you actually could get a pretty good start with her. But overall, the unit that seems to be the best is this guy right here. It's just funny that I picked him and then I pulled him in the summon. My suggestion to you is probably wait to use the item until you've gotten your summons, you know, your main summon from the base banner first, and then pick somebody different. I'm not gonna lie, I got pretty upset when my very first S rank was a dupe of this guy, and I probably would have stopped playing had I not pulled this girl right, like, again, 4 summons afterwards, and then this one on the next one. And then, of course, pulled her 6-star weapon, which was also really nice. That was pretty unexpected. So that's pretty much the summon system, guys. It's a great summon system. If you played Honkai, you played Genshin, you're going to be used to the summon system. It's not 100%, it's 80%, but the pity is a lot less. However, the pity doesn't matter if getting in-game currency is not going to work that well. So let's talk about in-game currency through doing the story quests. Now, unlike most games where there's missions you've got to finish and then you get the in-game currency based on those missions, in this game it's a little bit different. The hidden quest instead will give you 50 of these black cards. The normal quest will give you, let's see if it'll tell us, will give you 30 of them, but apparently since I don't have any open, I can't do it. So there are more normal story quests than there are the hidden ones, so it does usually balance out. So for example, right here there is 12. 30 times 12 is 360. So 360 black cards from this chapter. 360 black cards from this chapter. I think there's pretty much 361. There's 360 from each of them. Let's check real quick. Yeah, so from each normal quest you're getting about 360. So that's a total of, there's 8, so 360 times 8. Let's do some math real quick and find out how many you're going to get just from doing the story mode. So you're going to get about at least a full multi from what we have in this story in the normal mode right now. When we look at the hidden, it's a little different. So in hidden, let me just verify it's all the same real quick. Okay, so in hidden, it's going to be 50, and then there are 6 stages. Okay, so it's about 300 per hidden stage. And then again, there's 8 different stages here. So until another, it's equivalence between the normal mode and the hidden mode. It's 2 full multis. Not the best, but it's just beginning. And you just have to beat the quest. You don't have to actually do the missions to get those. But the big one is, oh yeah, let's talk about the dailies. Dailies are a big one. Dailies aren't the greatest. It's only about, I think, 30 or 40, to be honest. Not the greatest. I did, however, pick up the subscription plan, and I probably will keep up the subscription plan, mostly because it's only $5, and it gives me, 100 every day. To me, that's worth it. So I will always get, in these games where if I enjoy the game, I don't mind paying $5 a month for the sub fee to get that extra bit of currency that I will get. But let's take a look at some other missions. So your weekly missions is the big one. This one's actually really nice. As you can see, I've already completed. Well, you can't see the ones I've completed, but I've completed 6 of the war stages, and 9 of the phantom stages. And then the phantom stages are usually like 35. So about you're gonna get 350 a week from the phantom stages. You're gonna get about 400 from the war stone, so that's 750 a week. And then of course, oh sorry, more than 400. You get 45 times 12. You get 540. Sorry, 540 from the war zone, as well as 350 from the phantom, and then of course another 50 from the personal points in war zones part 2. So overall, every week you can get about 940, and this doesn't include the bounty missions, which I think are important to go. And if you're lucky and you get these, there's some extra summons you can get. But honestly, 940 is not bad. That means every 3 weeks is a multi. And so if you know what you're going to save up for, you can save up for that. So I will probably start saving up for the new character coming out. And we'll see from there. If the new character gets added to the base banner after they come out, great. If it's a limited time where they're gone and they don't come back for a while, that could be a little more troubling for what we have. Now, there are going to be the event quest missions. During the event missions, you'll get some for logging in, as well as doing different missions, which can net you a total of 1 multi on the event banner and 2 multis on the base banner. You also have story missions, which aren't going to net you with the actual black cards for summoning, but instead different items for upgrading. Now, sadly, in order to get the weapons, you do need to actually summon on the weapon banner. But the good news is that they do have the recycle shop, which will allow you to use old weapons you've gotten to get different weapons. 3 weapons equals enough points to pick a weapon of your choice. So say you get 3 of the Lotus Berserker and you don't use her, you can trade those in, and then you can pick up something such as the, maybe the, you know, the Bennett, I think it's, is it Type 0? Might be Type 0, I'm not sure. No, I think it's Benediction. Yeah, I think it's Benediction is what you want. But pretty much you can pick up the weapon you want that's a 6-star. So gearing up is honestly not that bad. Again, you got to remember that you're guaranteed a 6-star every 30, which means worst case scenario, if you really have bad luck and you haven't been able to get the weapon that you picked, 90 summons max and you can finally pick the weapon you want. But again, 80% chance, it's pretty likely you're going to get what you want. Alright, let's move on to the actual story and talk about the story now. So the story in this game is pretty short. Pretty much it's near the end of end of times. Most humans are already dead, and pretty much you've got these, I don't know if you call them cyborgs, I don't know what term you'd use them, but pretty much robots. Constructs in the game is what they're called, and they're pretty much trying to find a way to salvage the Earth, as well as not being infected with what's called the Punishing Virus, which pretty much turns them berserk. So each character you get in this game is actually a construct or a robot, or an android, or whatever you want to call it, that actually works for you, and you are in the story as the commander. So their job is pretty much to protect and work for you, and they help you. It's a really interesting setup. I actually really do like it. I do think that the game is actually pretty fun. The story is pretty interesting. Not as well as Honkai in my opinion, but still pretty good. And I personally really enjoy it. The battle system is really fun, so we're going to go and demonstrate the battle system real quick. We need... Right, you know, we're going to get some cogs. We need some cogs. Actually, do we need cogs? We don't need cogs, do we? We have this, don't we? We need, we actually need, skill points. So, luckily, almost everything you need to upgrade your character is in a dungeon you can run just to get it. So, for example, we're going to run this real quick. And I'm just going to demonstrate how the game plays. So, let's go get in the dungeon, and we're going to pause it when we get in the dungeon to explain some mechanics of the actual gameplay in the dungeon. So pause it real quick. So each character is going to have like their own special passive ability. As you can see with Kamui, I think Kamui, when you get 3 pings, so the same type, you're going to get 10 energy, which is going to allow him to get off his ultimate much faster. For Liv, when you use, say, this triangle or the triple, use the blue skill and the yellow skill or a base attack, you're going to hit marked enemies with a chance to activate light penalty, which deals physical damage. When light penalty is activated for the 5th time, or when 3-ping trigger, or when a 3-ping trigger, a self-centered area healing effect. So, in short, you're going to get, if you can get 5 of the light penalties, you are going. I thought I turned that off. Why am I still getting those? Anyways, you're going to be able to heal with her. She's the healer. And then, of course, we have Karina. This one's cool. Just like Kamui, you just want to get 3 of the same ping. And when you do, you're going to get thermal energy. And when you get to 50%, her fire damage is going to be increased. With her current weapon, it gets increased even higher now. Really good. So let's go ahead and talk about... Oh, yeah, she actually uses controller. You can use control if you want. So, pretty much how it's going to work, you have your main attack. You have your move just like Honkai. But you're going to have these orbs that pop up, and they're going to pop up as you attack, and you pretty much push them in different orders until you get 3 lineup. So let me just demonstrate this real quick. So you have 3 blues right here. When I hit these 3 blues, I can now activate her. And that's getting 3 together. We're going to activate the red. I'm really strong with this guy, so that wasn't really hard. So if you get 3 skills together, you do what's called pinging them, which is touch them. You're going to do the more powered version of that skill. if it's tied to one of the characters. So for example, if you do a blue one like I did, and my character was on the blue spot, I can then bring her out for her QTE ability, which is actually a heal. If it was yellow, I could bring out the DPS character for her DPS ability, and then let's say I have one of them in, red will bring out the tank for his ability. So let's take a look at how the skills work real quick. We're going to take a look at Kamuk's Karina, because I think I need to do hers. Maybe not. So if you look at her skills, she has a red skill, which you can see at level 1 is 82.35, level 2, 164, and level 3, 247 physical damage. When it's enhanced, you can see it does 123, 247, and 370 fire damage. So that's the enhanced version. This is called Light Blade Strike. Next we have Coverage Barrage, which does, again, unenhanced is 148 with 1, 296 with 2, and 447 with 3. And let's see. Also, you reduce damage and use it. When she is enhanced, it's 223 for 1, 447 for 2, and 667 for 3. So you can see how getting more pings actually increases the total amount of damage. Right? That's kind of why you want to get as many pings as possible. And then, of course, when you're curious, you have like all these different skills you can look up, which are really cool. Like, there's just so many of them to do, and it's pretty unique. The game feels really unique. Leveling up your skills are really easy, which is nice. I need to pick up more of those. When you want to level up your character's skills, it doesn't actually require you to have to work too hard. You can run those dungeons, build up what you need, get your resources, and do it. And again, resources are available for everything. Weapon enhancement, memory enhancement, character enhancement, skill enhancement, and money. It's all available in the resource dungeon, so you never have to worry about being unable to do anything because you don't have those resources. You just farm them. Again, you do have to worry about stamina, but honestly, stamina in this game isn't that bad. I haven't had much of an issue where I feel stamina is holding me back that much. Memories. Let's talk about memories. So memories, actually, to my knowledge, so far are not through the gacha system. To my knowledge, at least. Let's take a look here real quick. So yeah, memories are not in the gacha system. So my memories I've gotten through different areas. Usually it's going to be through just building up items and then getting those memories from those items, which is kind of how I've gotten two of mine, or from events. So, and then of course, as well as what else might pop up. But 5-star memories are actually quite easy to get, and that's something you might want to start with until you get 6-star memories. As you can see, I got really lucky with Kamui, and I have 4 of his 6-star memories all ready to go. Even though the ones it wants me to use are different, I'm probably not going to be using those because of the fact that, I mean, the ones he has are really kind of important. These ones are more just like for buffing constructs, which I don't quite understand. But after working as hard as I have for what I want, I'm kind of fine with what I've got. So, because the ones I'm using right now are not you. Or is it this one? No, where is it? The ones I'm using right now, honestly, I find a lot very helpful because what they do. Oh, it actually, maybe it is Hannah. Maybe it's Hannah's the one that I'm using for. Let me check real quick. Is that Hannah? Yeah, I'm using the Hannah set. So that's working really well for me personally. I really like it. And then of course I need to get the sword here. I do have. Oh yeah, so yeah. Oh, okay, so yeah, I am using the right one for. I'm actually using the right one. What I need to do is get the Estinian ones, so that would be good. So I'm using the one for the Warzone. For Phantom Cage, it's a little different, but I'm not worried about Phantom Cage, to be honest. Warzone seems to be doing just fine. So yeah, honestly, gearing your characters in this game is not that hard. I really like it. I really prefer it. And again, if you're going for 5-star weapons, those are guaranteed every every multi, you're going to get a 5-star. It's really nice, actually. So let's talk about the negatives of this game now. Now, some of the negatives of this game are the fact that I've noticed it gets hot and then it doesn't always, like, I get FPS drops at times, which stinks. It doesn't feel like the game is fully optimized. I have the iPhone 12 Pro Max, so I don't see how it's the phone. I think it's more the game isn't perfectly set up as well. Um, and like, I'm a little worried about the events because the one event they gave us, this one right here, usually when you go to an event, they give you enough that you can complete everything. But in this one, you literally can't complete everything unless you spend money, which is kind of a bummer to me because it would have been really nice if they allowed this to be fully completed just by anybody by doing it. When companies put a game in, an event in the game, it should be simply for everyone just being able to do the event and get something free. Sadly, that's not a good sign for what the events are going to hold for me. But honestly, that's really about it. Yeah, okay, let's be honest. I've seen, usually games give a lot more currency, and I'm going to say, like, going through the story actually is pretty bad for currency. 2 multis, honestly, isn't that good. And the thing is, you have to get through different story parts to unlock certain aspects of the game. Kind of make me rush through the game and pay less attention to the story because I want to unlock things. I want to unlock my friends. I want to unlock co-op. I want to unlock features that, are important. And I think, honestly, that locking that stuff into the story kind of ruins the game a bit. But when it really comes down to it, that's about it, guys. There's not really that many negatives to the game. Like, the game is really nice. There's a lot to do. It's a lot of fun. And the combat's just amazing. So, I'm going to go and do a harder stage to demonstrate what combat looks like in more difficult stages. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. Let's run this memory rescue. This is going to be a little harder. I don't know if I'm actually going to clear it. Because it is pretty hard. But this is going to demonstrate more. Like, I barely cleared it when I cleared it last time. But it's going to kind of demonstrate how the game plays. And I'm picking a hard one because that's going to be the best thing to actually show how the fight works. Okay, get our ultimate stance. Heal. So I know I was probably going to lose that one because that one's actually a really difficult fight to do. I barely cleared it last time when I cleared it. But honestly, what better one to show how the game plays than a fight I'm going to lose because it actually takes a while. Let's go and do story quest so I can show one that I'm probably not going to lose this time. Let's see, we're hidden 5. Okay, we're going to go do this real quick. So here we got, you see the questions, the missions. Let's go and run here. We should have no problem here. Okay. Alright. So this is, honestly, I do like this guy. This guy's really good. I can see why he's considered one of the best characters in game. Alright, they're down. Watch out for these lasers. Now, your evasions, unlike in Honkai, actually do have a timer on them. So you actually do need to be careful with that. Get my heal out. These lasers kind of suck. So the stories aren't very long. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the quests aren't very long, but it is fun. If you like Honkai Impact, I think you'll like this game as well. As you can see, it plays differently enough from Honkai Impact to make it its own game. The story is different. It shares some similarities, but I think it takes what's good about Honkai and just adds its own flavor. I definitely don't feel it's a Honkai Impact ripoff. It's definitely a lot not like Adventures of Netherland or whatever that game is called. This game is very much its own game, and I really do enjoy it. But with that said, guys, I'm going to go and close it off here. Siegfried Lane, signing out. If you like the game, leave a like, leave a comment on why you enjoy the game, and I'll see you guys in the next video.